Let's try that again. Are we ready for our second act? All right, better. I might have to come around with a rawhide whip. We'll bring them onto the stage, shall we? Let's do it. Let's do some stamping of feet. Stamp your feet. Clap your hands. Scream and shout. Welcome Daniel Kennedy. Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah.
Good evening. I'm Daniel. Before anybody asks, no, I wouldn't walk 500 miles. No, I won't tie your kangaroo down, sport. And no, the Milky Bars are fucking well not on me. Right, now that we've got the introductions out of the way, I do just want to say how nice it is to be in Manchester tonight. I know a lot of comics come on stage and say pretty much that in an attempt to curry favour out of the audience, but I mean it. You see, I spend a lot of time in Leeds, and I find coming across to Manchester is a bit like taking a trip into the future. It's true. You've got your big, massive Manchester Evening News arena. Leeds is copying it. You had the Commonwealth Games. Leeds has a fun run. And you've got your trams. Leeds' mayor has just spent the entire transport budget on the biggest ski electrics track you are ever going to see. In fact, the only thing Leeds really needs now to complete its transformation into New Manchester is the ability to persuade the entire south of England to support its local football team. Anyway, I suppose I should probably tell you a little bit about myself now. I'm 38 years old, and I have found recently that the closer I get to 40, the more the insignificant little things in life have started to piss me off. For example, I came home from work the other day, my wife said, did you have a good day in the office? Do you know what my answer to that perfectly normal question was? I shouted at a cyclist. Seriously, I did shout at a cyclist. What did that lycra-clad twat think the big red shiny light was trying to tell him? It sure as hell wasn't run over the specky prat crossing on the green man. And it's not just cyclists that annoy me. You know those people who take wheelie suitcases to work? Have you seen them, yeah? Blimmin' la-di-da-di-da, la-di-da-di-da. How big are their packed lunches, and why does my wife not make me one? And then there's big minis. Big minis. They're like short skirts that come to your ankles, or people who vote Tory. They make no bloody sense. And teenagers get on my tits a bit as well. Have we got any teenagers in tonight? You, sir? You should be fucking ashamed of yourself, mate. I read a report the other day that says today's teenagers are smoking, drinking, and taking less illegal drugs than teenagers were 10 years ago. No wonder this country has gone to the dogs. I've actually got two little lads, and I've decided I'm going to do something about it when they're a bit older, because on a Friday night, I am going to push them out of the front door. They are not getting back in until they've blown their entire week's pocket money on some piss-poor weed and 2 litres of super strong cider. We get now to the thing that annoys me the most in the world, the cherry as it was on top of the piss-me-off pie, which has got to be body warmers. Sorry, gilets. I honestly don't understand what possesses an otherwise perfectly normal person to walk into a shop and think, do you know what I want to buy today? What I really, really want to buy today is a coat that doesn't give a shit about my arms. And that, in a nutshell, is the body warmer. And yes, I am going to call it a body warmer. None of this giving something a fancy French name, whacking £50 on the price tag and making it trendy for me. No, I sleep under a quilt, and I like drinking fizzy wine. Now, the body warmer truly is the only item of clothing that doesn't give a flying fuck about a part of the body it should care for deeply. And I do have proof, because this isn't just some random rant that's going absolutely nowhere. This is a well-thought-out logical argument that would stand up in a court of law. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the body warmer with the hood. Think about it. It'll keep your head dry. It'll love your body to bits, but your arms can fuck right off. Watch it rain and watch it laugh. It doesn't care. I'll tell you something that does care, though. Underpants. Underpants care because underpants stop piss dribbling onto your jeans. Jogging pants care as well, mate. Do you want to know why? Because they give an air of fitness to even the fattest of fucks. And stockings. Stockings make ladies' legs look lovely every single time, and they help bank robbers. But the body warmer is just an uncaring bastard. All right, I do admit it'll keep your body warm, But when was the last time anybody in this room saw a polar explorer going out for a busy day's polar exploring, saying to his mates, yeah, I'm fine in this, my arms will be perfectly warm in a t-shirt? Maybe, if you think about it, that's what happened to Captain Scott of the Antarctic. Perhaps, if he hadn't bought that trendy body warmer from H&M, he'd walked down the street a little bit, gone to Marks and Spencer's and brought himself a proper coat, then he would have found the pole he was looking for and not been gone half as long. So there you have it, proof, if proof was needed, that body warmers are not just coats that do not give a shit about your arms, they also killed Captain Scott. And I'm fairly certain Princess Di was wearing one when she died. And probably Amy Winehouse. In fact, it's just a shame Jimmy Savile didn't like them. Anyway, smoking's cool, isn't it? Hard to believe, I used to be cool. I used to be cool 20 times a day, every single day, come rain, shine, or chronic bronchitis. These days, though, I'm just the world's most annoying ex-smoker. You see, I get a couple of beers inside of me, make friends with all the smokers in a room, spend all evening bumming cigarettes off them, standing outside, smoking them, and telling them how easy it was to quit. So you see, as an ex-smoker who, well, technically still smokes quite a lot, I do know how much cigarettes cost, and I'll tell you something, Jesus would weep. In fact, there was a hairy man with sandals crying at the service station on the way over tonight as he handed over nearly £10 for a pack of 20 Marlboro Lights, which, if you quickly do the maths, equates to over £14,000 a year, simply to maintain a good old-fashioned lung-busting 80-a-day habit. Which pretty much means we're heading for a society where the only people who are going to be afford to smoke properly are the rich and Jimmy Carr, which was topical 6 months ago when I wrote that. And I can see it all now. We're going to have posh parties in posh places with posh people in posh houses with posh names like Tarquin and bloody Jemima or something. And at the end of dinner, instead of handing out that big tray of Ferrero Rochers, they're going to be chucking out packs of fags to one another and going, Cyril, old buddy, old pal, you simply must try one of these. They are truly, truly divine. French, I think. Benson edges. To be honest, you probably shouldn't do any gags about smoking without some kind of health warning these days, so here it is. Smoking is not cool. Smoking is in fact bad for you, although not as bad for you as some of the things you may read about in the Daily Mail. Therefore, please not smoke when pregnant. Please not smoke when giving birth. Please not smoke in the ambulance on the way to the hospital to give birth. Please not smoke in trains. Please not smoke in planes. Please not smoke in automobiles. Please not smoke when in. Please not smoke when out. Please not smoke when shaking it all about. Please do not smoke when doing the okey cokey. Knees bent, arms stretched, rah, rah, rah. Anyway, I am pretty much done now, but before I go, I just want to remind you all, the next time you're in a shop, love your arms, say no to body warmers, and yes to life. I've been Daniel Kennedy. Thank you very much for listening. Good night.
Daniel Kennedy is a surprisingly angry man in a cardigan. Third cubicle, boys. I'll be in a minute. I'll get through you all. Probably going to snap you like a dry twig, sweetheart, to be honest. Never mind. I'm going to ride them like Harleys on cobbled streets. So, go have an interval. I'm apparently in for a good night. Go get drunk and come back in a better mood, if you would. We're going to have a lovely competition. If you want to be a judge, once again, let me remind you, you need a lovely story. I want to know why. If you want to be a judge, why do you want to be a judge? We'll be coming back for the competition. Go have a drink. We'll see you in 10 minutes' time. Give it up for the extra of this part of the show, James Meehan and Daniel Kennedy. Thank you.